Thanks for tuning in to GTO Good Old Boys. Buckle up and enjoy the show with your host, Paul Ponder.
Hey guys, I'm Paul Ponder. I'm the host of GTO Good Old Boys, and we are here this afternoon with Mr. Jeff Barnes with a program, Cast for Kids. We're fixing to find out what a great job he does for the kids around the world that's a little less fortunate than a normal child. That's what the world's all about, is helping one another and being proud to step forward and help. Mr. Jeff Barnes has been doing it for quite a while, and I am just humbled to be able to call him a friend. Jeff, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come by and see us.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. I appreciate it. It's great what you're doing here at the store. It's unbelievable, both stores.
Well, thank you very much.
I've watched them grow over the last few years. It's unbelievable. So,
we've been blessed, and we've had a lot of support through it. And we didn't do any of it by ourselves. I promise you that. Well, but let's get right into it. And you tell us what Cast for Kids is.
Yeah. So Cast for Kids Foundation. We've been around since 1991, 33 years. A lot of people I meet and talk with all around the country don't realize that, but we started back in 1991. And CAST, capital C-A-S-T, stands for Catch a Special Thrill. And we do events, fishing events for children with a special need or disability. And we do events that are either on shore or out of a boat. We have boat volunteers take the kids out and for a morning of fun, fishing. Every event, each child receives a rod and reel and a tackle box to keep and a T-shirt and a hat. And then we always have an award ceremony. We have lunch and feed all the volunteers, all the kids and their families, and then we give each child an award plaque and celebrate them, let everybody cheer for them. It's a wonderful thing. We've been able to, in 33 years and the thousands of events that we've had all over the country, we've been able to really introduce a lot of young people to the sport of fishing that maybe would never have had the chance to go out. A lot of these kiddos have single-parent homes, and they just, they don't know. We have events in New York City, for example, where people come by subway or by taxi and show up, and they've never fished before. They can't believe that there's fish in the pond there at Central Park, and there is, and they end up catching a bunch of fish. And some of them, they send me pictures. Well, we're still fishing. We went again last week, and look at these fish that we caught. So it makes you feel good that you're impacting people and giving back, and kids especially, so they can continue to fish. Right. And you're also educating their parents so they can stay involved and keep fishing. So we had a young man, another event in New York. His family came, and he had never been on a boat before, and he was autistic and had never been out, had the opportunity to go, and we got him out with a volunteer boater, and they caught some fish, and they had so much fun that they went home, and that's all their son talked about was fishing that day of fishing. Right. And they went out and bought a boat so they could continue fishing as a family. So that's the goal, keeping these families and kids out fishing and giving them something to do outdoors.
Well, I think family is the backbone of America.
Yeah, all right. You're right.
And, I want to see the family come back. I mean, it's sort of left out a little bit, but, there's always hope for it coming back. And, Jeff, family fishing is fun.
That's right. That's right.
You add friends to that, and you can't get no better.
Yeah. It's, you're exactly right. That's how I started. My granddad taking me fishing when I was young, and I grew up in Oregon, and we would hike down and fish little creeks for trout. Right. And, then later on, salmon and steelhead, and I wouldn't trade any of those memories for anything. But that's what we're doing. We're making memories for these kids. Right. And so many of the parents that I meet at the events I travel to will come up to me and thank me for the event. But it's not me. It's our volunteers that help put on the event. And they'll say, I never thought that she would like fishing. We never considered it as something to do together as a family, or I just didn't think she'd like it. And we weren't going to sign up, but then we did, and she had more fun today than she's had in years doing anything. So it's great to hear those stories. And
are any of the children, are they terminal?
we have had some children that
But
have been
most of
terminally
them
ill.
are
We-
autistic.
We probably have most of the kids that come to an event have some level of autism.
Okay.
We have Down syndrome kids. We have
Okay.
kids that are blind and deaf, disabilities, cancer,
Wheelchairs.
Yeah, wheelchairs, walkers. I've seen a little bit of it all, and they just want to get out and do something like everybody else.
Right.
And another comment I hear a lot from parents is, "Thank you so much for letting us get out on that boat today with that boat captain. It just made us feel like we were a family and had getting to do something together.
Yes.
Where they weren't going on a trip to a doctor's office or a rehab facility or struggling getting to and from school. I have a little boy from Birmingham, one of my buddies, Colton. He comes to as many events as he's able to. He's had 50 surgeries. He's
Wow.
14 years old, and so
gracious.
some of these kids are. I mean, it's tough, and
Right.
so it warms my heart that I'm able to, in a little bit, give them a few hours of fun once a year
Exactly.
at the event. So that's what we're all about at Cast for Kids, and I'm the Eastern director.
Okay.
I live here in Albertville, Alabama. I've worked. I'm starting my 10th year with the foundation, and I'm over all events in the Eastern U.S. So Florida to Connecticut to Minnesota to Louisiana, all
Gotcha.
east, and so I'll have probably 34 or 5 events in the east
Right.
this year. Texas is our biggest state, is in Texas, and that's in Jim Binkin's territory, and there's over 35 events just in the state of Texas.
Wow.
So
That's a big state.
Maybe Alabama can catch up. Huh?
That's exactly right.
but,
exactly. You've
we're-
added one this year, haven't you?
Yeah, we added one here local, right down the road from you. We've got one. It's going to be a shore fishing event on April the 27th at a private lake. It's just down the road. It's owned by Bruce or Marguerite Culpepper,
Okay.
and they graciously allowed us to host an event at their property, and it is private property. And so we've got an event April the 27th at Chandler Branch.
Well, that
And-
sounds good.
We're going to fish from shore, and I've got room for 40 kids is a maximum for that event, and I've got just over 20 registered now,
Okay.
and we're 3.5 weeks out. So love to have some more kiddos sign up, parents sign them up, and I'm looking for some more volunteers that know how to tie a knot and cast a line and bait a hook to help the kids fish that
Okay.
morning. And we'll fish, have the volunteers come about 8. The kids will show up at 9. We'll fish till about 11:30, have lunch and an award ceremony.
Okay.
It'll be done by 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Right.
But-
Well, let's go to a break right quick, and when we come back, we'll cover some more of this Cast for Kids. It's a great association, and got a great man running it. We'll be right back.
We'll be back with more GTO Good Old Boys after this. Now back to more with GTO Good Old Boys.
Hey, guys and gals, we're back down here at Waterfront with Mr. Jeff Barnes with Cast for Kids, and we're just humbled to have him to be a part of one of our podcasts. What I would like to say when we ended the part 1 is that Bruce and Marguerite Culpepper is where this is, and that is who was so gracious to work something out with us back in 2020, and we purchased Waterfront from that lovely couple. And we want to tell them right now a very big thank you for allowing us to have a chance at doing that. They are super good folks, second to none, and I guarantee it, being on their lake, it's going to be a classy celebration is what I'm going to call it, because it is a celebration because of these kids.
Yep.
They are very, very special kids, and when I done it, I had 2 little girls and their mom, and it'll nearly bring tears to your eyes if you just sit there and just just get into it, and I got into it to the point, and they didn't like to fish as much as they liked riding around. So we went to the Big River Bridge, and for them to touch the pylon at the Big River Bridge just tickled them to death, and the mama just went stir crazy. I mean, she was just had a ball, and it brings the best out in everybody. So if you don't have anything to do or would like to do something that's going to mean a lot to somebody, get with Jeff Barnes, and he'll put you on track to whereas you'll never forget what you will have a part of in this. Now, Jeff, can you tell us some more things about how to register? Or
yeah, I can. So, like for this Chandler Branch event, it's April the 27th. We have you have to pre-register for your child or pre-register as a volunteer. And you can just go to castforkids.org and go to find an event, and a big map will come up, and choose Alabama, and you'll see the Chandler Branch event. And an event page will come up, and you'll see a link there to register. It's https,
Yep.
/ castforkids.org event/Chandler Branch.
Okay, that should be.
But just go to castforkids.org or go to the Cast for Kids website and find my number on there, Eastern Director, and give me a call.
You'll be more than happy to talk right in person.
I'll help you, walk you all the way through it. Like I said, we have room for around close to 20 more kids and their families, and we are looking for some more volunteers that know how to fish and can assist the kids on the bank fishing. I'd love to have enough fishing volunteers that we could put one volunteer per child and family.
Yes.
To help them. That will increase their chance to have some success out there fishing. And
right.
So that's I've got about 35 volunteers already signed up.
Wow.
The majority of them are people that are going to help with lunch and help with registration and sign in the morning. And so I need a few more fishing volunteers.
Okay.
And this event's going to be fantastic. I've been out to the event site a couple times. It's great. Just can't believe it's right here, here in our backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyone with a special need, 6 years on up, we're going to allow them to attend the event as long as they're able to attend with a parent or guardian.
So it's a minimum of 6?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it can go to ever how old?
Yeah. I have one gentleman in the 60s that his sister's going to bring. And, I'm not going to turn anybody away.
You can't hardly do it.
And
a child's a child.
Yeah, we just we do ask that every participant have a parent or legal guardian with them during the time of the event, and they know their specific needs and are able to help out with anything that might happen with that child or adult during the day. But it's a great time. I think the fishing's pretty good out there from what I hear. So I know they feed them and Paul's going to provide us some bait, and he always does with my other event that I do in the fall, and I think the kids are going to catch a lot of fish.
I know they will, and Bruce Culpepper has anything to do with it. It'll be top-notch, I can assure you of that.
Yeah.
Now, he may grin and not say a whole lot, but he's a top-notch young man. And that's what makes me feel so good about the community of Waterfront, whether you call it Grand or whether you call it Waterfront, Alabama, or it's a Scottsboro address in Marshall County. It don't matter what you call it, but people step up to the plate, guys. And I didn't know a whole lot about Waterfront until I actually moved down here. Do you get checked out when you move into Waterfront? You sure do. They'll look you up and down, in and out, roundabout. And but they have embraced us, and we are so thankful for the community of Waterfront. And you're just now exercising your right to see, how the people that do live here at Waterfront is. And, I don't know if it's called Grand. I don't know. I know we got a Scottsboro address, but I live in Waterfront, Alabama with no zip code, guys. Yeah. It's where I live.
Yeah.
So go on and tell us a little bit more about this.
Well, so just to be clear, we have events all over the country. I'll have another event on Lake Gunnersville in September 28th. This will be the 10th year I've done that event. It's at Civitan Park, and registration has not opened for that event yet. Typically, we open the registration for an event 3 months before the event date.
Okay.
So that's going to be a boating event. Looking forward to that at Civitan Park. This will be our 10th year. I usually have a big event. Several hundred people are there, and have a big time. We have an event over in Jasper, Alabama at Walker County Lake. That'll be on Friday, October the 11th. I have an event down at Eufaula, which is Thursday, October the 10th, and work with the city of Eufaula. I have one at Weiss Lake, it'll be September the 24th. And some of those events that I just mentioned at Weiss and at Eufaula and over at Walker County Lake, they are done. We work with the school system, and we have those on weekdays. So they bring a lot of the kids by bus with volunteers. Pretty nice events. And so, but I have events all up and down the East Coast. Right after this event, I'll be in Pennsylvania. It'll be the 4th year we've had one up in Pennsylvania in Clarks Valley. I have a new one in Virginia. Like I said, Central Park. I have another one just north of New York City at Swan Lake at Rockefeller State Park, May the 19th. I'll do our 9th event over at Lake Murray in South Carolina, Tennessee. I'll be all over. North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, you name it.
Well, I hope your wife gets to travel with you.
Sometimes she does. Yeah,
Good.
Sometimes it works out that she can come. But I do a lot of traveling. The foundation, I now have a van that I drive up and down the road. So
It's nice, too. I've seen it out there.
If you see the Cast for Kids van, holler at me. I just hope we can get more events, going in the East.
Right.
And I'm working on it every day. I have a new one in Ohio that I'm working on right now. So we're growing. The foundation, like I said, started in 91, and we'll have over 100 events across the nation this year.
That right there is fabulous. I mean, fantastic. And the hearts that you touched during this is second to none. And looks like we've got about one more minute. What could you wind up in 1 minute and tell us?
Well, I would just encourage everybody that's watching, if you want to learn more about Cast for Kids, please go to our website, castforkids.org. It has all the information of anybody that you want to contact, whatever part of the country you're in. You can get a hold of me, the Eastern Director, Jim Benkin, the Central Director, or out west. We'll help you out. We'll help you find an event near you. If you're interested in starting an event, we'll help you with that. And if you're interested in helping donate to the foundation, we're always interested in that, too, to keep us rolling. So I just appreciate the time today, Paul.
Well, thank you so much. And if y'all get this and watch it, please share it to let everybody know that you can to stand up for these kids. Make them feel like somebody, because they are.
Yeah.
They are somebody.
Oh, yeah. They're awesome.
That's exactly right.
They're angels. They make my day. I can't wait to see them at Chandler Branch here in a few weeks.
Good. Well, let me tell you, I appreciate you coming by, Jeff Barnes, and thank you so much. Like I said, it humbles me down to be able to call you my friend because of the type person you are. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all do a big welcome for Cast for Kids. Make sure you support it because it's a great foundation. And get on there, share everything, and Buddy's fixing to tell you bye. So y'all hang in there, and y'all have a great evening. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.